Friends, how are you guys this morning? Oh my goodness, it has been a week, let me tell you. It's been a week, you guys. I'm so glad to be here though. Um, with Christmas and everything, and we had the entire family here for Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas for my American friends. And it was loud and crowded. I mean, we live in an apartment and we had 6, 7 adults and a 4-year-old. So it was loud. It was crowded. We had gotten news that morning that my aunt had passed away over Newfoundland. And then I took my son home. And when I got back, received news that my cousin's husband, who's only a few years older than me, had also passed away that morning. And it has been like this mushy brain, like trying to get things done, because the week between Christmas and New Year's is like useless anyway. And then with all of this extra stuff and the overload and the overstimulation of having that many people in the house, yesterday I was like useless. I got a few things done, but I didn't get done the things that I needed to get done. So I'm so glad to be here this morning. And yeah, so keep my family in your prayers and candle lightings and spells and whatever else. I would greatly appreciate it. Sarah Brody is sprinting right after me. I have pinned the link to the top of the chat so that you guys can pop over there. Good morning, Sherry, my darling. I'm so glad you're here. Speaking of Ms. Brody, there she is. You are very welcome. Brecky, how are you, sweetheart? It has been a minute. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, Liz, good morning. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've had them for a little while. I got other ones for like driving and they're like super cool. And I love my new glasses. Thank you. It is a lot to hold. It is a lot to hold, but yeah, it is. We'll get through it. The week between Christmas and New Year's is supposed to be about cookies and cheese and movies and not knowing what day it is. In this house, it's shrimp rings, cheesecake, because Mom made 2 cheesecakes for Boxing Day. And the only one who ate any was my kid. He took like this little tiny piece home with him because he's lactose intolerant, but he has to have some cheesecake because he'll put it in the fridge and he'll like every once in a while he'll go get a forkful, right? So we have 2 cheesecakes in the fridge. And I'm telling you, all day Friday, I thought it was Thursday. I don't know. Yes, Sarah's sprinting today too. Just all the love and prayers. I really appreciate it. Like Aunt Marie was in her 90s, was otherwise healthy, but she did have dementia. And her husband passed away like 3 months ago. And honestly, I think she died of a broken heart. That's just me. My cousin's husband, he was 56 and literally dropped out of a heart attack. He didn't even know he had heart problems. So, that's rough. I've known Bill most of my life. So yeah, that one's hard. That one's hard on the family. I'm a real girl. Oh my gosh, you've got some free time. You are definitely, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that. And thank you, Becky. I appreciate that as well. So what are you all working on this morning now that I've brought the room down? I am still working through, I realized I didn't do your Picture Your Ideal Life workbook. Like I do it at the end of the year. And I didn't do it. And I need to do the Plan Your 2025 writing schedule. This is a full workbook. If you guys are on Sarah's Sarah Cannon's email list and you have access to the resource library, it is in there. It's an amazing, amazing workbook. But I'm going to start with that one. And the Picture Your Ideal Life one, I'll go through later because it doesn't change a whole lot for me, but there are some changes I need to record. So that's kind of what I'm up to today. Like going to be getting my planners put together. Oh, Ziggy here, just floating. Getting planners put together, all that sort of thing. Kind of just getting things organized for Monday because I'm starting the quarter on Monday. I know some people aren't starting to the 1st, but I'm starting on Monday. And as well, I am doing sprints on New Year's Eve day. It's already listed here on my channel if you guys want to come. Normally, I would be doing the Scroll and Scribe workshop, but we kind of decided because of the holidays that we would just kind of bring you guys along with us, and we're just going to do some sprints, kind of ring in the new year early for us older people. So Sherry's going to be doing more 2025 planning. Realize my writing schedule isn't quite right. Also need to clean up and make some breakfast. I need to have breakfast. I need to have actual breakfast this morning. Sarah is going to be doing edits. Hello, Tina Marie. How are you? Working on getting my planners together. Yeah, I like starting on a Monday. I always start on the Monday of the month, whether it's still in the previous month or not. Yuki, more studying and then editing a recipe for fudge brownies with a cheesecake heart and oh my God. I think I gained 10 pounds just reading that. That sounds amazing. Are you putting together a cookbook or something, hun? Because if you are, I need to know about it. That sounds, you had me at caramel. I mean, oh my God. That sounds so good. That sounds so good. Yeah, I need real breakfast. I have some yogurt and some granola out there. I'm going to have that for my breakfast, I think. Because I know I'll be having cheesecake for lunch. Oh my goodness. Anyhow, let's jump in. Where are you, Chad? Chad will be debuting his glow up on Tuesday's sprints. We just did a little tweaking. We kept the music, but changed up everything else because that's Chad's music. All right, 25 minutes on the clock. I'll see you all when that is done. All right. How was that first sprint? I got some breakfast, ate some breakfast, got some water. I started work on this workbook. Um, again, getting slapped in the face with, the whole time constraint. Don't put too much on your plate. Be realistic stuff. Not happy. So that's where I am this morning. Let's see. Jackie, finishing up your path forward, working on the planner. Awesome. Had some leftover banana pudding for breakfast. I have never had banana pudding. Never had it. Well, I'm not a fan of bananas, but I don't. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had it. Hey, Inca, how are you, hun? Brecky, okay, day job work part one done. Now for a bite to eat and getting into the writing. Yes. Hello, Peter. How are you, hun? It's been a little while since we've seen you. I'm so glad that you're joining us. Hey, Anita, how are you? There's Kay. For those of you who were expecting Kay to fill in for me tomorrow, I'm going to call it for you, Kay. Kay's not sprinting tomorrow. So we will. I do know Sarah Brody is going to sprint tomorrow. So I think she starts at noon Eastern. So sleep in. You deserve it. Hey, Pasqua, how are you? All the Chad. Good morning, Beth. 244 words. That's awesome. Brecky finished the day job stuff, made a smoothie, started reading the previous work to prep for writing. I love that. What kind of smoothie did you have? So much sugar, right? Having sour grapes and cheese for lunch. Feel like I need a sugar detox. I just had yogurt and granola for breakfast, and my body for a half a second rebelled. Was like, oh my God, what is this? This is real food. Instead of shrimp and cheesecake. But it was delish. 2 chapters edited plus coffee refill and Brody cuddles. Yes, all of the Brody cuddles. Have grand goals, especially when it comes to writing and reading. I get you. Nope, you are going to take care of yourself tomorrow, okay? Do not make me use my mom voice. Okay, that sounds good, Sarah. Let us know if you're going to start earlier or not. I have my mastermind group tomorrow, so in the morning. So yeah, but I will definitely be in and out of your sprints tomorrow for sure. I already took myself off the calendar. Okay, Ange mommed her too. Okay, hasn't been well, so she's going to take some time off. Blueberry and chocolate protein. Yum. I love blueberries. I used to live in the blueberry capital of the world, Oxford, Nova Scotia. So I'm a little spoiled when it comes to blueberries. And they taste all different. depending on where they're grown. Had breakfast, caffeinated, and ready to start the goals. Oh, and started on the goals. Okay. Okay. You see this, guys? Kay is promising to take care of herself. So for those of you who interact with Kay online, it is up to us to make sure she takes care of herself. Because, yeah, Canadian blueberries are the only blueberries, really, honestly. East Coast has to be East Coast Canada, because the blueberries that are grown in like Quebec and Ontario do not taste the same. They just don't. They're not as sweet. The blueberries grown in Newfoundland are the bomb. And I think it's because of the salt air. I used to go blueberry picking when I was little, and it was always a lot of fun. And we usually ended up with more blueberries in our stomach than in our buckets. Yeah. Yeah, you're in for it, Kay. We love you. We love you. That's why we're doing this. So next sprint, I'm going to continue on with my my planner, I guess. Ziggy is upset because mom is cleaning, and he does not like that. So he's sitting here next to me, glaring at her. Now, I've not had blueberries from Australia. Yeah. Yeah. I've had them from the States, and honestly, not that good. All right. Here's to drinking more coffee and getting more done. 25 minutes. I'll see you later. Good luck. All right. We are halfway through. So if you have not gotten up and moved around, please, please, please do so. All right. I am working on the time portion of the 2025 writing schedule planner. And I realized a couple of things. First of all, next weekend is double down day. Next weekend's double down day. And as well, we have virtual writing retreat coming up on the 17th, 18th, 19th, which works out perfectly for me because it gives me the extra motivation to get all of the things done before I go into the hospital the following Monday. And because I'm going to be taking at least that entire week off, if not longer. We'll have to see how I am. But yeah, so I get some extra time in January for writing, which is super amazing. I 100% agree with this. And that's why Oxford, Nova Scotia, is called the blueberry capital of the world, is because their commercially grown blueberries are all wild. They are wild. And if you're going to do this, just make sure that you're getting ones that are hardy to your zone. But if you're looking for Canadian bushes that will ship to you, I suggest Vesey's seeds, VESEY' seeds, and they're on Prince Edward Island. My father used to be in this business of selling bushes and trees and shrubs and all of that sort of thing to all over the East Coast, to all the garden centers and growers on the East Coast. So I know a thing or two. Reach out if you have any questions, because I helped him start that business. Okay, so Sarah is going to do 10 to at least 1 tomorrow. I love this. I will be there. Well, I have my mastermind meeting for like an hour right in the middle of that, but I will definitely be there. Becky's thinking I needed to make a character flow chart to remember who was connected to whom. Right? I understand that. Hey, Rachel, how you feeling, hon? I am so glad that you're here. Beth got 391 words. Whoop, whoop. Becky, 4 chapters read, a few more to reread and actually write new words. Yeah. I mostly need to edit. Realize my phone settings are too loud. If Chad does not scare at least one person during every sprint, it's a disappointment. There we go. PETA is working on creating 2025 social media posts. Awesome. Yeah, I'm almost at the bottom of mine, Rach. I'm going to definitely need some more coffee today. My afternoon coffee. So I have this is just like hazelnut Tim Hortons, make it in the coffee pot. But I also have a Tassimo machine. And I've discovered I make Americano with a shot of espresso. And then I have the caramel macchiato International Delights creamer. Oh, first of all, it's a cup about this big and it sticks me to the ceiling, but it tastes so good. I have a few blueberry bushes in my garden, so the freezer shelves are full of blueberries and marmalade. I love it so much. Love it. Ziggy will take all of the scritches. Right, Ziggy? He's upset with me, and I don't know why. Time is flying. Setting up my 2025 Bible study and working on fixing my printer. Oh, printers. Talia. Got lost in Canva land. Creating some thumbnails for January sprints. Canva was being such a butt yesterday. I was trying to finish Chad's glow up, and it was just, I still haven't been able to download the 25-minute timer, because it'll go right to the last couple of megs and then it just stops. Driving me up the flipping wall, let me tell you. Anywho, I'm going to keep on keeping on here, but I'm thinking I need to go back and watch Sarah's video because I feel like I'm missing something. Because the strategy part of it, it's just a big blank page. So I feel like I'm missing something. Fresh eggnog with 2 shots of espresso and some extra nutmeg. I have never had fresh eggnog. But that does sound like, wow. Hmm. Extra nutmeg. That sounds that sounds delish. Now, you guys have heard me talk about the Bulk Barn, which is like this fabulous Canadian store where you walk in and everything is just in great big bins and it's everything's bulk. And you can get coffee there, and you can get eggnog coffee that you grind the beans yourself there, and they only have it at Christmas time. And I haven't had it in a couple of years, but my kid's father used to just love it, and so did my dad. But I haven't had it in a while. So yeah, fresh eggnog is amazing. I may have to try it because I can't drink any of the store bought stuff because it all has red dye in it. Um, okay, we're going to jump right in. We will dial back our last sprint because I want you guys to be able to get up and move around and refresh your drinks and stuff before we head over to Sarah's. So, 25 minutes on the clock. I'll see you all when that is done. All right. How was that? Did you guys enjoy that? I enjoyed that sprint. I got so much done, and it was just a really awesome sprint for me. I feel like I have made major progress in this workbook. I am also absolutely stoked with the amount of time that I'm going to be spending actually showing up for my stories in 2025. Not necessarily writing new words, but I have blocked off in my calendar specific times every week, and it's a minimum of 2 hours a day, that on the days that I write, usually like between 2 and 3 hours. And I have to show up for my story, whether that means new words or editing or brainstorming or plotting or whatever. It's just immersing myself back into the hellscape, because this is the problem. And it's funny because Sarah mentioned this on a coffee chat yesterday about the whole thing of like just trying to write like in little bits and pieces everywhere, and it just doesn't really work. It doesn't work for me. I have to immerse myself in the story world to write the words, or edit the words or whatever. So I am blocking off on an average week without any extra time writing. 10, 13 and a half hours a week. And that makes sense. I mean, I'm supposed to be a full-time author. So spending spending at least half my week actually in my stories is what I should be doing. I love you, Ange. Hello, Rita, sweetheart. Thank you so much. I popped over to yours and did the same thing. This is quite all right. We are all a little scattered around here. There's Renee. Hey, sweetie. Okay, this is not fair because we've been talking about eggnog and eggnog coffee, and Renee's sitting there drinking it, right? Let's see. You guys are so funny. Hey, Dina. Oh, no. Well, we're here. We're here, right? We are here. I have a knot in my brain. Oh, no. In an emergency situation, there's a victim in my study sample, but in the test to the example, they sometimes talk about a victim and sometimes about a patient. Is it patient you're trying to? I'm not really understanding what you're saying here, hon. But if anybody can help Yuki out, please help her out. See, claim to fame. Claim to fame. Brandy's drinking eggnog free coffee. I just finished my coffee. Sherry did a little cleaning and organizing last sprint. I'm all over the place. It's okay, hon. It's okay. Look at you rocking it. 35 social media graphics made. 3 days down, 4 to go. Oh my God. You are a machine when it comes to your social media. Beth got 284 words. Yes. Okay. That isn't the same. I'm not 100% sure. That doesn't make any sense to me either. If anybody can read over that and see if they can give Yuki a hand. Rita's had an amazing start to the day. All of my drinks are eggnog free year round. So just yesterday. Yes, yesterday. I know, right? I had to think about it for half a second. Coffee chat was just yesterday. Yesterday was Friday. Oh my God. Drinkable custard. Girl, no. Oh my God. Okay, we will be there, Sarah. We will be there. It has been forever since I felt immersed in the story, right? This is it. I had a moment of, wait a minute. I am a full-time author, and I have been for just over a year, yet I have not acted like one. And it was when Sarah was talking about what George said to her about, are you a full-time author or are you a full-time like course creator and everything else who just writes? And I'd heard that story before. Just a second. Just a second, Chad. I'd heard that story before and it didn't quite click, but it clicked this time. And it was like somebody like stabbed me in the heart. I'm like, oh my God, like if we have, I've been wanting this opportunity since I was in my 20s. So that's a fair long time ago. So I have to act like a full-time author, which means I have to write books and publish them, right? Right. Um, I tell my family it's time for mommy to work and go bug daddy. I love this. But you know what? It does help. It does help. Um, it is a big deal. It's a huge question. Hence the reset, right? Stabs me in the heart too. Um, I know there's a couple of people in the chat that need to look at this and read it twice out loud, right? See, you're one of them. You're one of them, Kay, and I love you so much, but you need to stop looking for work and just write. Okay. Let's see. We are going to dial this back to 15 minutes so that you guys can have a couple of minutes to get up and get drinks and whatnot before Sarah's sprint's pinned to the top of the chat. I will see you in 15 minutes. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Don't forget, I will not be in tomorrow. Neither will Kay, but Sarah Brody is going to be starting at 10 a.m. Eastern. It should be up on her channel by now. And yeah, so I will see you guys next Saturday. And we're gonna be deep into Q1, so let's get her done. I will see you guys over at Sarah's, but please get up and move around and all of that jazz. Okay, see you over there. Love you to bits.